Back here, week 2, Colorado spring football. It feels good to be back. Nice little spring crisp in the air right now.
Good description.
Running backs day on the podium. Coach Johnnie Mack for the first time as Colorado's running backs coach. Richard Young, Damian Henderson as well. Lots to get into.
Yes.
Coach Mack, obviously, talking about the opportunity to be a full-time running backs coach at Colorado, learning under Marshall Faulk last year. Mentioned the opportunity from Coach Prime, said it was God sent. He knows he's ready. First impressions was absolutely. He sounds like a running backs coach, and seems like the group is really excited to play for him as well.
We often associate the word hungry to players, but Johnnie Mack strikes me as a hungry coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just the way he talked about his journey up to this point. Also, it was cool to hear him say that he was kind of a fan, so to speak, of Brennan Marion, dating back to when Brennan Marion was the OC at Howard. And I thought that was cool because obviously now this is now Johnnie Mack's offense that he has to teach to this.
Brennan Marion's offense.
Sure, this is Brennan Marion's offense that he has to now teach to this running back room. So I thought that was honestly really cool that there was a previous connection there. Like, this is probably somebody who Johnnie Mack, if it was up to him, he probably would have wanted to work with. And now he's his offensive coordinator or whatnot. So I thought that was really cool.
It was. Talking about in the offense in general, said as a running back, if you're not excited for this, I don't know what to tell you, man, because this go-go offense is built from running backs. Another one, we know that it runs through us. Mentioned multiple times the 21 personnel, just how having that extra running back on the field is just going to feed these guys extra opportunities. I mean, you're probably going to see a backfield 5 to 6 deep. We'll see how deep it goes, when you add in Boo Carter, players like that. But it's very clear that he's preaching to these guys that you're going to have plenty of opportunities in this offense. If you learn this playbook, you're going to be in the game and you're going to be asked to run the football and much more, right? He hit the Brennan Marion quote too. How you play without the ball determines how much you love your teammates also.
And you love to hear that kind of shared language as well, because that's obviously a Brennan Marion-ism, so to speak. And how you play without the football determines, how often you get the football, so to speak. And that was something that Johnnie Mack was quick to kind of mention today as well. Those different skill sets that Johnnie Mack mentioned as well. He's like, everybody got different skill sets in this room. And I think it's going to bode well for having 2 running backs on the field at a time. I think it's also going to bode well for giving all those guys confidence that we're all going to get opportunities. It's a long season. And particularly at the running back position, there's going to inevitably be some banged up guys and guys, dealing with injuries and whatnot. And that's going to give opportunities to the rest of that room. Like, I think this room is legitimately 5 deep of guys that you could see carrying the load at different points of the season. So I think that is a boon to this room, that you have guys with different skill sets, and it's going to help you keep a defense on their toes too.
Absolutely.
Because although there are guys like you assume Richard Young is the power back, you assume DeKalon Taylor is kind of the speed back and whatnot, but Damian Henderson doesn't really tip the scales one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And I feel the same way about Jaquel Smith, who, Johnnie Mack called a home run hitter today. So don't sleep on any of those guys in that room, because I think 1 through 5, any of them could, at the season's end, be the leading rusher for this football team.
Yeah, he called Damian Henderson pretty unique. I think he's going to be really good for us. You mentioned the home run hitter quote. Talking about both of them, said just having them already here, coming from that offense, it definitely helped us a lot. Lots of people have been asking about Michael Welsh. Well, I asked Coach Mack about Michael Welsh. Sounds like he's just injured. He mentioned how the experience that Michael Welsh has is going to be a big advantage for this room, and mentioned how usually the most experienced players, they play more. I mean, and it's just how college football works. He said that the key to anything is experience. That's what Micah brings to our room. So I'm sure we'll see Michael Welsh sooner rather than later. Said a lot about DeKalon Taylor. He is very, very excited about his prospects in this offense. Mentioned him as a leader, obviously his skill set, and just how excited he was to get him back from last year. Obviously a tough year overall offensively, and just how this offense is built for him. I'm pretty sure he said something along those lines. Like, this is something, it's the perfect fit for him, is what he said for DeKalon Taylor. And it's something we've talked about a lot as well already this offseason.
Yeah, Johnnie Mack also said if he had 100 DeKalon Taylors on this team, we win a national championship. You know what I'm saying? And that's the utmost praise, compliment that I feel like you can give a football player. And it was also, I think, Richard Young. Yeah, Richard Young also mentioned DeKalon Taylor as a leader on this team, along with Julian Lewis and Bo Hughley. So DeKalon Taylor, we heard from him on the first day of media this spring. That wasn't an accident. He is one of the leaders on this team, and that's why it was massive to get him back even if it cost them last year. It could be a blessing in disguise because this offense is, to use Johnnie Mack's words, a perfect fit for him. This offense is built for him, and all of his speed, his elusiveness, his ability to be used as a pass catcher, as a runner out of the backfield as well. I'm so excited for DeKalon Taylor in this offense with Brennan Marion kind of pulling the strings offensively.
Feels like we might have even undersold DeKalon Taylor's role in this offense to this point with how people are talking about him.
For real.
Richard Young, first time on the podium as well. Honestly, didn't have much to say. It was just a quiet confidence. I mean, it seems like this guy is really thankful for the opportunity that Coach Prime in Colorado has presented for him. And I think he's just all about business. He wants to put the pads on. He wants, more from what we saw last week. Obviously, that clip is one of the highlights of camp so far. He talked a little bit about it. But he's just all about the work and the playbook right now, it seems. And that was my impression on the podium of Richard Young.
No doubt. A boy about his business. He came here for a reason. He said Coach Prime gave him a chance. He said that, Coach Marion, Coach Mack saw something in him that needs to come back out. And I feel it because you stand up next to him, in front of him at the podium like we did. And that's a big boy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's somebody who can run behind his pads. We saw the glimpse of it last week in practice. We saw a glimpse here and there at Alabama as well. But it's all about putting it all together and also grasping this offense, which is another thing that maybe we can talk about. Like,
go
something
for it.
that all these running backs are going through right now. Even Damian Henderson and Jake Schwanitz Smith, who played in it last year, there are still levels to this. I forget who mentioned it today. I think it might have been Coach Mack. There's sometimes Brennan Marion was like, I'll give you all the short version today. Like, we'll keep it short today because he has the highest level of understanding of this offense because it's his. And not everybody is there yet, and not everybody will ever get there. But the more you can learn, and I think the quicker you can kind of grasp this offense, whoever does it, I think it's going to give them a leg up in kind of this running back room, at least to start.
Yeah, I asked Damian Henderson, if you could go back, a year from now, what is something that you know now that you wish you knew back then? And he was just talking really about the depth of the playbook and how much Coach Marion just throws on his plate in weekly installs during the season and how much more comfortable he is now than he was back then. I mean, I'm sure his head was probably spinning. I mean, like you said, Marion's probably bringing him ideas left and right, asking him to do all kinds of things. But it really feels like he is so much more settled and maybe emerging as kind of, the first back out there at this point in time because of that experience. As Coach Mack said, when I asked about Michael Welsh, experience is everything. And when it comes to the go-go offense experience, no one has more than Damian Henderson and Jaquel Smith.
I'll tell you what. Damian Henderson gave me RB1 vibes today. If y'all saw my pre-spring projected starters, I had Damian Henderson, DeKalon Taylor out there. I feel even more strongly vindicated in that after today's events.
Also, he played at Colorado State. He said about that, I always wanted to be on this side. Mentioned that all the stuff that he had from FOCO, he got it out of there. He's got all of black and gold now. So that was funny.
That was hilarious, man.
But exciting day. This running back room is different, man.
Yeah.
This offense is different. It's going to be very exciting moving forward. Maybe we'll get some more highlights this week. We'll wait and see. We'll be back tomorrow. See y'all then.